Welcome to the Chimney and Fireplace Success Network, a weekly broadcast sponsored by CVC Coaching, hosted each week by industry speaker, coach, author, and educator Jerry Eisenhower. Our presentations are produced to assist business owners and managers in turning their business dreams into their business realities. And now, here's your host, Jerry Eisenhower.
So I want to welcome you once again here to the Chimney and Fireplace Success Network. This is sponsored by CVC Coaching, and we put this on every week. And the whole intention is to share great information, great ways for you to be able to move forward in your business to do what we call reach your dreams in business. Because if you reach your business dreams, you're going to be able to reach your personal dreams. And that's what it's all about, because that's why you own a business. The reason you want your business to be there is so it can deliver the things to you that you want in your personal life. So each and every week, we try to go out and find a great guest. And several weeks ago, I looked on the internet, and all of a sudden, I seen a supplier to the industry that had rolled a brand new educational concept where he was going to support education in the industry, and I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about this today. But my guest today is Pierre Simard, and I hope I pronounced that right, from New England Chimney Supply. And he's based in Burlington, Vermont, been in the industry. A lot of you guys know him, and some of you buying from him. So Pierre's going to talk to us a little bit about today. He's going to tell you a little bit about what they do, but the main purpose so he could share his vision for education of the industry, because when I saw this, I thought it was truly phenomenal. But I'm going to let Pierre explain that to you. So Pierre, you out there with me today, brother?
I sure am, Jerry.
Okay, man. Well, let's rock and roll here and see what's going. So first of all, like I said, you have rolled out an educational program, not that you're going to be presenting it, but the way you're going to support your customer in the forms of rebates based on their purchases that they can apply to the educational provider of their choice. And when I saw this, I thought it was just, man, this guy's on it now. Of all the industry people, he's the first guy that is supporting education and letting his customers choose who they want the education from. It's kind of like homeschooling in my thing. So Pierre, tell us a little bit about your rebate program and how this is going to work.
Well, we're super excited about it. So we came up with this idea to really try to promote education for our customers and clients. And the way it kind of works is this: you spend your money for your venting needs with us, and at the end of the year, if let's say you spent $100,000 with us, we're going to rebate you back up to 1% of that annual spend. So if you spend $100,000, you're going to have $1,000 to use towards an educational program that we support.
Okay, so tell me what educational outlets have you approved that they can submit their charges for, that you're going to accept, and you will give them this rebate, which I presume will be a credit on their account at the end of the year.
That's correct. So yeah, it'll be a credit on the account after we go through all the approved receipts. Right now the list is, of course, CVC Coaching, the online school and any of the classes that CVC Coaching puts on. And we also have CSIA Review and Exam, Sweeps Week. We've got Certified Chimney Professional, and we're even doing things like allowing the entry into the Chimney Expo, which I believe is $50 this year, to be count as something you can use that credit towards. So, and this list will continue to be going. And there's also Surefire Training Academy. And, as we progress, we actually just approved the Mid-Atlantic Chimney Sweep Guild has a workshop coming up in March that'll be covered for this type of benefit. So, it's gonna continue to grow, but we'll look at anything that's going on in the industry and see if we can't get it to be covered under our program.
And I think that's great, because what it's saying is you truly believe that you want your customers to get educated. You want their team members to get educated, but you're not trying to guide that education. In my book, this is a company that is putting money into all ships because rising ships are going to rise the whole tide. And the more we can educate the workforce, then the more profitable, the more productive, the less waste we're going to have. So I think it's truly phenomenal. So tell me this, Pierre, what possessed you to do this? Why did you come up that I'm going to give back 1%? I mean, you're saying I'm going to give 1% of my sales back to every customer that gets education. What was it that drove you to do this, brother?
Well, we've been thinking about this for a while, and we run our company on 5 core values, and we have a passion for our business, and that is to positively affect the lives of the people we come in contact with. So promoting education through giving back is absolutely something we want to do, because we realize that if our customers can grow their businesses and be more successful, then it makes us more successful.
I got you covered, man. So, like I said, I just think it's one of the greatest things. And, and you're doing this from various great sources. I mean, it was really honorable whenever I saw that CVC Coaching was one of these people. But you've included the other people to do this. So, kind of, you're supporting the industry as your whole. Is that the kind of the way you look at it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we approach it like this. If you're the student, you don't want to have the education jammed down your throat. You want to be able to pick your curriculum, right? So that's kind of what we did, was we looked at the various great sources of education that are available in our industry, and we said, you know what, you can use our dollars the rebate dollars that you earn with our company to go out and better your company or better your employees. So yeah, we're not forcing anything down anybody's throat. We're not supporting one organization over another. For us, safety and education is the most important thing. So more is better than less.
Got you covered. So let's tell people a little bit about New England and what you do there. I know you recently made an acquisition and you've now opened up in the Northern Virginia market. So what I see is that means you're investing into this industry. So you're seeing that the industry is on a growth pattern. So tell me a little bit about your company and what you're doing and where you're located at, Pierre.
Well, yeah, we did. We acquired Regional Chimney Supply, and we're very excited about that. We've got a phenomenal team that has helped us open that center down there, and is there on a daily basis. And the team's headed up by Jeff Stewart. You might also know him from WeatherTight Industries, which is a coatings business. So he came on board with us, and we kind of partnered up on the coating side of things and partnered up on the chimney side of things, and acquired Regional Chimney Supply and Dale Howard, which is an industry name everybody knows, and he's been around for a long time. He's still on board doing director of marketing and business development for us. So we feel like we're excited about the industry. We're excited about our position in the industry. With everything that's going on in the education push, there's just a real bright future for the industry. So we are looking to expand. We're looking to build our foundations and do the things that we are, have become very well known for, and that is just, treating people how we want to be treating and build our business in a fashion that promotes the industry as well as helps our clients be as efficient and profitable as possible.
I want to bring up a little name there. You said Dale Howard, and the problem is a lot of us don't have the history of this industry like I do. So Dale Howard used to be a chimney sweep in Westminster, Maryland. And from that point, Dale then opened up a distribution center that was called Westminster Chimney Supply, if I'm correct. And one of the things that Dale used to do is Dale wrote a lot of great business building newsletters. Later on, Dale sold Westminster, I believe, to Copperfield. And then Dale left the industry and came back a few years ago, involved at Regional. So now he's on your team. So have I pretty well told who Dale Howard is?
Yeah, that's you hit it right on the nose. I mean, that's like I said, Dale's been around for a long time, and it's one of the things he's doing for us. So if you go to our website, you can read more about what our program is and how it works on there, and that's newenglandchimneysupply.com. The other thing is Dale's got a blog that's on there every month. There'll be a blog. He's still writing his newsletters that everybody's become accustomed to, that you can get by signing up for our email program and get that newsletter via email. Or if you want to get it snail mailed to you, we can do that too. You just have to let us know when you sign up for that newsletter. So yeah, a lot of great things for him over the years for business building, and we were able to pull from that wealth of knowledge and give it to not only to our clients but to the industry. So anybody's welcome to go get that stuff.
I think maybe sometimes I think I'm the person that has the best memory in this industry, Dale. I don't know. It seems like I just remember a whole lot. I guess one of these days my memory will fade and I won't know it. And I just hope people will remember what people did many years ago that have resulted in the industry being at the level it is today, because a lot of people don't know this history, and they really should, because a lot of people like Dale they were instrumental some years ago, and a lot of people didn't get the privilege to know Bob Daniels when he ran Copperfield, and the other people, or Dave Pomeroy, other people that have really been part of growing this industry. So let me ask you this question. What do you see as the biggest, what's the things that the people listening to this can do to make not only their businesses grow, but also to see the industry step up to a higher level than where it is now? What does Pierre say on this? Because you've stepped outside, you've recently built a new building in Burlington, now you've made this acquisition in Virginia, and you're on that means you believe in this industry. So what would be your recommendation to people to take their business to a whole new level, and along with it, the whole industry rises in the use of consumers of their services?
Well, it's a great question, Jerry. One of the things that we have really prided ourselves on at New England Chimney was our core values, and number one is honesty, integrity. And so in that, I'm not trying to preach to people, but if you treat people how you want to be treated, it's inevitable, right? Your business is going to grow. You're going to do good things. People are going to talk about it. Word of mouth is one of the best things. So, the first and foremost thing I can say to our clients or to anybody who's listening, if you want to build a good business, you want to be able to, do business with your grandmother, right? You want your grandmother talking about how great your business is, or somebody else's grandmother, or Mrs. Smith or Mr. Smith. It's all about word of mouth. It's about integrity. It's about treating people how you want to be treated. And so for that part of it, it's very simple for us. We have core values that we developed when we started business, and we hire, fire, reward based on those core values. So that's why our business has grown and become so successful so fast. The next thing I would say is that goals is hugely important. We have company meetings every month, and we pick a best team member every month, and that best team member is somebody who has exhibited above and beyond one of our core values, and that's picked by their peers. So the other part of that is about having the pride and taking pride in what you do. But the goals, I stand up in front of our team every month, and we talk about goals. And not only do I ask everybody to have goals, both company-wide, but also personal, but I ask them to write them down, because if you write them down, you implant them in the subconscious. So you got to have a roadmap where you want to go, and goals is how you get there, right? So if you don't know where you're going, how do you know when you arrive? So that's why we say goals are so important. And then the last thing I would say, that has helped our success is recruit up. Find people that are more talented than you, and then you get and have great employees, and you have to retain them. So, again, that goes to treating people how you want to be treated, having a fun workplace, fun but professional, and you treat people right and good things happen. So that's my advice is, number one thing, honesty and integrity.
That's it, brother. You're sounding on top of it. So, I've taught a lot of seminars. I think I'm in my first seminar I taught in this industry, I think, was in 1984, Pierre. That's all. And I've spoken to a lot of people over those years, and, and hopefully have touched a few. But one of my overriding things that I keep saying is that not enough of the American consumers use chimney service companies. In my estimation, I don't think we have touched 5% of the American population at this point. And that's where I see our outreach marketing to make people aware of how we are not only there for their safety, we're there for their air quality in their homes. We're there to provide them a better performing appliance. We're there to create less emissions into the atmosphere. All these are different things that touch. So tell me, what do you see that could increase the consumer acceptance of what a chimney service company and a chimney sweep does out there on a daily basis? In fact, the word chimney sweep, I think, wish years ago we had named it a chimney technician instead of a chimney sweep, but it's too late for that now. So, what do you see we could do to grow this number?
Well, I mean, I think that we're getting there slowly but surely, but it does. It has to do with education. It has to do with these podcasts and getting the word out not only to the technicians, right? Because we've got a huge amount of chimney sweeps throughout the company or throughout the country, but not a lot of them are taking advantage of the education that's available out there. So that's one way to get things going, is to get the whole tide up on the educational and with the new efficient units and the higher having condensate that's acidic and tearing down tiles and mortar joints. There's a need to know what's going on with the whole system, and our industry knows that, but educating the homeowner is the side that really needs to happen, right? Because you talk to homeowners like, oh, everybody's heard this. I've had my chimney for 30 years. It's always been fine. Well, you know what? You've been lucky for 30 years, right? So the deal is we have to get, we have to talk to our legislators. We have to talk to our state agencies and you're starting to see this. You're starting to see it in Maine. You're starting to see it in Massachusetts where, if an oil company goes in and works on a burner, they have to upgrade it to stainless, or they have to bring it up to code. So you're starting to see it evolve. It's really kind of behind the curve on this as far as the states promoting it. But the more we can get out there, have educated technicians talking to local municipalities, talking to state legislators, the more that the homeowner is going to be educated on knowing that they need to have their venting system serviced. Again, that tide rises and all the boats rise with it.
Well, one of the things, Pierre, and I go back in my history, I can remember when no one ever relined a chimney going to an oil or gas appliance. We were chimney sweeps, we dealt with wood burning. And yet, as appliances started to get more efficient, all of a sudden it became very apparent that there was going to have to be a higher level of venting system in order to vent the products of combustion. And this is going even further now with some of the new exotic boilers that have come out for oil, of having to use more exotic metals. But what I'm seeing is I'm seeing it the HVAC industry and the plumbing industry and the home inspection industry. All of these are starting to recognize more and more the value of what we're doing. But we got to keep saying this in a soft sell manner. We can't beat people upside the head with a baseball bat. But have you noticed an increase in the use of lining materials into the oil and gas industries?
Oh, absolutely. There's, you can tell that there's a shift that, these oil and gas, the oil and gas industries are starting to understand that there's a need there, right? Because you're seeing that, lower stack temperatures, more condensation, that condensation is more acidic, and it's deteriorating, clay flue liners much faster. You're getting that fluorescence on the outside of the chimney, which everybody can see. I mean, there's just a lot of telltale signs. So, and you mentioned building inspectors. We actually went down for a client, and as the manufacturer of the liner, we did a big presentation on the importance of liners and what to look for. So these building inspectors, they're starting to understand that it's not just as simple as sticking a mirror in the clean out door and making sure you can see the sky. There's more to it now, right? So because of the progression of everything that we've had going over the years and the efficiency of the units, everybody's really, I mean, and again, like you said, we've touched so few, and we really feel that it's ground floor right now, you know, especially the lining market, but just maintenance overall. A lot of great products, a lot of great companies in this industry, and you know, everybody just needs to keep pushing that ball forward, because everybody's starting to understand that, you know, a brick chimney is not just a brick chimney. It needs to be serviced.
And you know, that's the great, you know, I have the ability to look back over a lot of years, and a lot of times we're very impatient. We want things to happen. But as I look over almost 40 years in this industry, as I look back, I can see where we've made a lot of dedicated changes. And change does come sometimes rather slow, but change, if we keep changing a little bit and we get a little bit better day by day, we can make these changes. Well, listen, I've said this term earlier in here, and it appears that you would agree with my statement that a rising tide raises all ships. Would you agree that's an accurate statement, Pierre?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you know, we as a company are all, you know, and everybody who's got a company, entrepreneurs, we're all looking for long-term sustainability, right? So the theory here is keep, you know, like you're saying, on this education, it's a big boulder, and we've just started to rock this boulder, right? But if we keep going as an industry, keep growing as professionals, manufacturers, distributors, you know, sweeps, hearth stores, even the HVAC, you know, everybody keeps pushing, we're going to get that ball rolling, and, you know, the trickle down to that education gets to the homeowner, and pretty soon everybody realizes that, you know, you need to have your chimney serviced every year. You need to have it done by a professional. We've seen a big push towards scanning every flue, and, you know, I think this is a great theory. You know, you're not going out cleaning 10 chimneys in a day. You're doing 3 or 4. You're scanning them all. You're sitting down with Mrs. Smith at the kitchen table, or Mr. Smith at the kitchen table, and you're showing them, you know, here's the area of concern in your chimney, and this is why it should be fixed. And then, you know, selling the job right on the spot. So you're 100%. I agree with you 100%, Jerry. We're just getting that ball rolling, and it happens slowly over time. But I think we're starting to actually get some momentum now. So that's why it's such an exciting time.
That's it, brother. Well, I'm going to ask you one more question. Pierre, you're a businessman who's investing back into your business. You're growing your business. It's evident from what you're doing. You are increasing your market share a little bit at a time, but in a course you're going to. You're a manufacturer, you're a distributor, and you deal with a lot of people that buy from you that are trying to move to a new level. So here's my thing. What would be your words of advice for a person who's listening to us to build this business, to get it to what I call one's business dreams, because those business dreams are what's going to provide you your personal dreams in life. So how would you end this, Pierre? What would be your advice to these people?
Well, you know, I think we touched on it a little bit earlier, but, you know, goals is a huge thing. Figure out what you want to do, and then figure out when you want to accomplish it by, and then how you're going to get there, and write it all down. And, you know, the biggest thing is treat people how you want to be treated. I mean, you know, we all experience sales every day. We experience business every day. And every day you know I walk away shaking my head going, wow, you know, that is clearly a successful company, but I was just treated in a way that makes me not want to consider them a viable option for business, right? So our goal every day is to make sure that when people walk away, it's a pleasant experience. They want to come back. They enjoy the conversation. We smile on the phone. We enjoy what we do. So enjoy what you do, set goals, honesty and integrity. Those are the big things.
Man, that is great. So Pierre, let's finish this out. Tell them how to find New England Chimney Supply, and your website address, however the contact information. Let's put it out so people know how to find you if they want to take, where they can, maybe want to do business with you and want to know more about this rebate thing.
Well, they can find all that information out on our website, and that's www.newenglandchimneysupply.com. Right on that homepage, there's a link to our education system. You can also reach us if you have questions at 888-900-8106. And, we are, whether you want to do business with us or not, and you just have technical questions, we have a phenomenal team here. And, we just look for the opportunity to start a relationship, and we figure we'll earn business down the road. So we're here for you.
Well, man, that is great. And like I said, I really want to thank you for what you're doing here of putting back 1% of your gross business and investing it back in the industry, Pierre. That is truly a phenomenal thing. And I know it took some soul searching to do it, and I know margins are tight. Okay. So to do this, it says a lot for where you're at and where you're willing to help the industry. So from me, I want to thank you. And then most of all, I want to thank you for including CBC coaching and our courses, both online and in person, into this. We really do appreciate people like you, brother.
Thanks, Jerry. And again, everything you do in your organization, first class. Thank you so much for having us on, and look forward to teaming up on this whole thing and pushing that boulder a little further forward.
That's it. I hope, Pierre, I hate to say this, but I hope you write some really big credits at the end of this year, okay? I hope you really see a dip in your checking account come next January, okay?
We'd like nothing more.
There you go. So anyway, this is Jerry Eisenhower. This has been the Chimney and Fireplace Success Network. It's sponsored by CVC Coaching, and we appreciate it. It's truly an honor. It's a pleasure. It's a privilege. Check us out at cvccoaching.com. Follow us on Facebook, and most of all, check out our new educational platform. We're presenting classes live streaming where you can do them live online. You can get access to recordings. And hey, our team of instructors is ready to travel to you. So if you need expertise into your company to get your training system up to the next level, give us a call. We're waiting on your call, and we really look forward to talking to you. So for myself and Pierre at New England Chimney Supply, we want to thank you for joining us today. Give them a call. Get in on this program, guys. It's allowing you to make your own decisions and where you want to educate your people. And for that, I think it's phenomenal. And with that, we're going to close out with one last word. Next week, Pierre, I got a great honor. And this is going to spread the word of chimney sweeping. Next week, I am a guest on Jeffrey Gittimer's podcast on sales. Guess how many people listen to Jeffrey Gittimer's podcast?
No idea.
300,000.
Wow.
So next week, I'm going to be on that podcast on Jeffrey Gittimer. So watch my Facebook page. But we're going to be talking about chimneys. And this is something that's been set up for a couple months. Jeffrey is one of my coaches, one of the people I'm certified by. So I'm going to be on a nationally known podcast next week. 300,000 people are going to hear that I'm a coach of chimney sweeps in the chimney service arena. And I think this is going to do some phenomenal things to build business for you guys. So anyway, tune us in. And with that, I want to thank you again for joining us here at the Chimney and Fireplace Success Network, presented every week by CVC Coaching. Have a good week, and I'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for joining us here each week at the Chimney and Fireplace Success Network, sponsored by CVC Coaching, providing you the coaching and educational outreach services you need to move to your dream destination in business and in life.